you turn around, you gon' face the lead. Shooting from above, go to sleep, you're dead, What? 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 Bring it back now. What? 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 Bring it back now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to O.C.C Scrims. Tonight we have our Gold Division with Projekt, Proteus, and Earth, Wind, and Pharah. Tonight I have with me Widow Faker. Widow, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Dank. How are you? Did you miss me?
We can call it that.
Wow.
So, how much do you know about these teams, out of curiosity?
Actually, Earth, Wind, and Pharah, we help out a little bit here and there. We call them Frostbite, low-key.
Tell me a little bit about them. Curious.
So we have some really great DPS on this team. Like, Pichu is a really good DPS. Wolfenberg is a really great DPS. Bad Rep is a great tank. Carefree's also a great tank. And then MLP and Nova on the heals do a great job. They're really good positioning. They're really good at comboing in their ults and not overextending as far as ult usage. But then on Projekt Proteus, we have like classics like Sniv, who's been around a long time, really good. Wolfpack, who we've all watched grow up. Darius, who's filling for them tonight, who again is a really great main tank as well. We have Chibi Kitty, my babe from another mother, who she flexes and does whatever she needs to do, and she does a good job in everything she does. Casual, another great player, and Chicken Nuggy, who I don't know very well, but has the best name in the entire Discord, and you can't fight me on that.
I'm really excited to see the tank synergy between Darius, Fulton, and Sniv. You know, see how that works out, because I believe Sniv's playing off tank, right? That's what he usually plays. At least that's what he used to play.
Yeah.
Maybe he switched to DPS, but if he is on that off tank, I'm definitely looking for some Ryan Zarya between him and Darius Fulton. I think it'll be a very dominant duo if that's what happens. And even Orisa Hog, because Sniv's Hog is not something to look sideways at.
Yeah, I feel that. And Darius plays a super aggressive Reinhardt, and having an aggressive Zarya next to you and having those good heals behind you, it's just a super difficult front line to handle. So we'll see if the healers can keep up with their aggressive tanks and therefore delete Earth, Wind, and Pharah, otherwise known as Frostbite.
All right, and tonight we are starting off on Oasis, which is going to be our control point map of the night. When Chibi, you know what? I don't know if you're listening right now, but I don't like what you're saying in match chat, so stop.
Beat her up. Pew, pew,
Do
pew,
it
pew,
for
pew.
the Kato. I don't like it. Not about it. and I
Chippy's
won't
been doing
promote
it for
that
the
on this.
Kato since literally day one of the Discord. You have to just let her at this point.
I mean, I'll let her, but she's not going to talk me into it. All right, here we go. 2 seconds until these gates open. Darius Fulton coming in on that Reinhardt with Sniv alongside him on that Zarya, so that is going to be the tank duo that we talked about here, with Genji Soldier coming out beside him for the DPS comp.
A fat goats comp on the side of Earthwind and Pharah, but they lost their Zen immediately. Big pick.
Not going to be able to do that for too much longer. But yeah, Chibi Kitty getting that pick extremely early, and now Wolfpack getting those dash resets straight into two of the team of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Darius Fulton getting res, and that's going to be a very, very dominant point A grab here.
With an aggressive main tank like Darius on his team and not having, you know, obviously like the entire Goats comp behind him, it's really going to be up to Earthwind and Pharah to work together and play a really tight-knit comp here. Otherwise, they're just going to get deleted over and over and over again.
They're going to have to shut down Wolfpack.
So, love that.
Alright, so gonna run this one solo for just a minute. Earth, Wind, and Pharah making a very dominant push here, but Darius Fulton getting the huge slam off his Wolfpack, going in for the blade. Not able to pick anyone off, but Darius Fulton looking for the charge, getting in on a Carefree Alma, and this is already looking pretty good for Project Proteus as Earth, Wind, Pharah is forced to back off. You know, Wolfpack there, looking for that blade, not quite able to do anything with it, unfortunately, but he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. You know, one of probably our youngest member of the Discord, kind of just been climbing, been doing extremely well since he joined here.
Wolf's like, we all adopted him low-key, and we all just love to see him succeed. I think he has fangirls in the Discord on any person. That's a big pick on the Chibi though. They're not gonna have any defensible to play with.
Darius Fulton getting one as well as Carefree Llama is gonna fall, and that's a big pick early as Fachu takes out Casual with the Diva Bomb, and now it's looking a little shaky here for Project Proteus as they're kind of forced to. They might go back in for a retouch, but I'm not really sure if they're gonna be able to here.
Well, going in for a retouch would kind of just be feeding at this point. They need to back up. They don't have their Ryan. They don't have any sort of front line to deal with. But they do
get that up to that Fabled 86, you might be able to do something. So make sure that there's only one fight left in this game. But Earth, Wind, and Pharah does end up turning it over, and it is going to be about 15% here as Casual OpSec does get taken out by the Fire Strike, and that will be the Mercy Res down pretty early from Chicken Nuggy, which might be a problem in the long run here for the team of Earth, Wind, and Pharah.
Goats comp is a really hard comp to break them when you're not running good. That is a huge
slam, but not able to do anything with it yet, as MLP and Bad Rep are going to get the only kills out of that. Now Bad Rep picking up another is, sorry, Project Proteus is just barely going to skate out of there with half of their team alive.
And Earthwind and Pharah did a really good job. They only used one ult there, and they won the team fight. If they keep up with this ult usage, as I said, they are really good at really making sure they're using their ults properly and not all at the same time. They'll win this. That's the way Goats works. You use one ult and you win the game.
For sure, but Project Proteus now coming up on 5, almost 6 ultimates, and this could be a problem here as Carefree Llama gets slammed down, but that beat comes out perfectly from Bad Rep, and Darius Fulton is going to fall extremely quickly. He was just a little bit too far out, expecting to take that Reinhardt out. I'm not too sure about that Zenyatta ult, as it might spell problems just a little bit later into the next fight, but Darius Fulton now just kind of in the point where he needs to die and get off that point. Project Proteus not able to get that one under their belt.
Really smart of Wolf to get out when he did. He has his ult and he knows that he can combo it with Sniv. But we do also have 3 ults on the side of, almost 4 on the side of Earthwind and Pharah.
There is gonna be the blade bomb. Or sorry, the Grav Blade, but the slam coming out. Nice. Carefree Llama might just clean this up, but Chicken Nuggy is going to get that res off, and it's 4v3 on the point in favor of Project Proteus, and that might just be enough to flip it here as Carefree Llama is going to fall, but they do have one more fight here to go, and this is going to be our last fight here on the first point of Oasis.
And unfortunately, Earthwind and Pharah does not have any more ults to play with. Neither does Project Proteus either. They're going to get that shatter pretty quickly with one good fire strike, but they get it.
There it is.
Smart. Oh.
There it is, and that might just be able to do it, but there isn't quite enough follow-up on it, as Darius Fulton's actually going to pick up 3 as Sniff picks up the 4th, and this is looking pretty good right now for Project Proteus, and just the Zarya left on point for Earthwind and Pharah, and that is going to take it down. Point 1 of O.C.C goes to Project Proteus.
It was unfortunate that that trance got used so early in the fight for no reason. Unfortunately, if it had been alive, it probably would have saved that fight. That grab would have been negated completely. That Dragon Blade wouldn't have happened.
Not really
maybe
sure
too
why
early.
the Zen ult came
It
out,
could
you
have
know,
been a
knowing
fat
that
finger. It felt like a fat finger. 'cause
probably
he was running
was.
at them, and then suddenly he pressed Q.
Team was won, like fight was won, not really anybody to save, and even if you do lose someone there, like they're gonna get back to point. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. It was definitely a winnable fight. That was just the one ult that they really needed for that grab, and they didn't have it, unfortunately. She was really smart to use that Diva bomb right there, because at that point it kind of makes them back away from the grab and possibly stop shooting into it. But it unfortunately couldn't do much. But let's
Are
see
going to
what they
be
do here.
running the goats again on the side of Earthwind and Pharah with Wolfpack still on that Genji. You know, he's been doing some work, not a whole lot though, but is definitely making an impact as Darius Fulton falls to Carefree Llama's hammer, and that's going to get them dominance on this point extremely early, you know, not having that Rhine, but Chicken Nugget's able to pull off the res on the Reinhardt. Not really sure if that's what you want there, but Darius Fulton is going to fall immediately.
Yeah, it's not always great to res your main tank. It's not always great to res at all. Sometimes it's just feeding, and in that case it really was. That charge pretty much just gave Carefree Llama almost his entire ult, so it's going to be a huge issue.
It's okay to res your main tank in the back line if your team is safe. Now,
Yeah,
if
but
you're
if
safe
you're
and that's
4
one
people down
thing,
already,
like, yeah, but
yeah,
it's
you
just
kinda,
questionable
the fight is
sometimes,
winnable,
you know.
yes, but otherwise it's really not the best.
Res is one of those abilities that's kind of hard to get a hold of, though. You really got to know when the right time is, but Carefree Llama knows exactly when the right time is, as he almost gets the Zarya off the edge there, and the Transcendence actually comes out from MLP here. And again, I'm not too sure about the Transcendence usage
Yeah,
from
I
MLP
think
here.
he's gonna have time to charge another one, and Bad Rep is almost at his ult. So they should be fine as far as grab goes, and they should be able to negate at least Wolfpack or Casual's ult. That's a nice shatter.
And there is
though.
a big slam, gonna knock down Chibi Kitty, but not able to follow up on it as Casual Opsac is gonna take out 2 here, along with the Mecha Pachu. And Darius Fulton's coming around the side, maybe just to clean something up. Not able to do a whole lot, and there comes out the Shatter, though.
no,
It's only
Brigitta's
going to catch
safe!
1, and Brigitte is going to actually get knocked down underneath. And there comes the grab. The Transcendence was perfectly timed onto that. But right now, Earthwind and Pharah are holding on to this point for just as long as they can, as Darius Fulton's trying to hold that front line, not letting anybody on. But as Earthwind and Pharah are going to be able to hold on to this, as the Brigitte is going to fall on the point. Project Proteus, you know, push it out just a little bit, and there goes Carefree Llama, and that's definitely going to turn the fight in favor of Project Proteus there.
They got it up to a nice percentage. Again, the trans was kind of questionably used, but he's not really going to be able to get trans back before that grab gets thrown. Hopefully he can if they kind of just try push it a couple times, but we'll hope for the best. But there are a lot of important ults on the side of Project Proteus that are going to kind of screw this Ghost comp.
And the bomb coming out here, but it is going to get blocked by Darius Fulton, but not quite enough for Casual Opsac. But Darius Fulton comes back with a Shatter on Carefree Llama. They are going to collide, but Carefree Llama actually dies off of it somehow, but a Chibi Kitty. And now Darius Fulton just holding that big old W key is going to build Shatter off of this pretty easy. Never mind, he doesn't swing into it at all, as Casual Opsac is the one that gets most of the kills into that.
I don't know if the grab was necessary at all, actually. They used the Valkyrie right there, and they won the fight essentially with that. As soon as you Valk into a Goat's comp, it's so much damage coming from your team that the healers, although they're doing so much healing, Brigitte doesn't do as much healing as she used to. So
I think if maybe the grab would have came out a little bit later, you know, catch those staggers just a little bit more off guard, I think. You know, stagger him out just a little bit more would have been all right. But Darius Fulton looking for a charge, but nobody happened to walk through that time. Carefree Llama is pressing that W key, and MLP is going to be able to take out Darius Fulton, but the trans comes out just a little bit too late from Chibi Kitty, as MLP now is going to pop the trans of their own, and Chicken Nuggy's going to be able to get Darius Fulton up, but it might just be a little bit too late. Now they're just here for the contest, and Darius Fulton's going to die on point right after taking out MLP, but it is going to get up to about 91%.
That was one of the times that resing your main tank would be fine. At that point, they could have potentially won that fight, but unfortunately, the pick started coming in the favor of Earthwind and Pharah. And now if they hold this and just use that grab really intelligently and use that bomb smart, they win this fight.
He kind of just got to zone it here, but Darius Fulton is not going to let that happen as he looks for the shatter, and everybody is caught inside of the graviton and not able to get to the point. It is now 1-1.
Yeah, that was a really smart grab. It held them right in place and pretty much just guaranteed the win for them there.
So what is the difference that you think between that round and the first round that really swung Earthwind and Pharah to winning this point?
When you take the point early as GOATs, it's hard to take it back. It took them 2 pushes, almost 3 pushes last round to take it back from the GOATs comp with the double DPS. And although, yes, I do always suggest now that the meta is going to be 2-2-2 only, there will be no more GOATs to stop even bother running it because you're not going to be able to run it in 2 months. But I think the difference was the ults were used better on the side of Earthwind and Pharah. The trans was still questionable, but they were able to kind of negate enemy ults by picking them early in the fight.
Earthwind and Pharah now here switching up their comp just a little bit, actually. Just literally everything but 2 people now. Nova switched back over to the Diva and is going to run the Lucio with the Tracer and Reaper with the Monk. So what do you think about this comp, though?
Not a fan of it. I like the dive tanks. I think this is a really smart dive map. It's really good. You'll be able to play with the high grounds easily. But I don't know about this Reaper with a Lucio. And unfortunately, the dive into the Reinhardt is going to be difficult. Ryan's going to get pretty much free shatters as soon as that monkey bubble is down. They're definitely going to want to change some things up.
But Nova is kind of just trying to free farm that bomb, already at 40% here, and does end up getting D-Mech and taken out by Darius Fulton. You know, Darius Fulton kind of just ran supreme on that point. You know, kind of break down that last fight for us, you know, now that Staggers are just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Pachu on the Tracer, kind of for no reason.
Kind of needs to get out of here. Ooh, Pachu is carrying. Wait.
Pachu getting the big stick onto Darius Fulton, and that's going to swing them pretty heavily in this fight as long as Earthwind and Pharah can start making some moves here. But the Bob comes out, and that might just take out MLP. But no, the Sleep Dart comes out, but he gets woken back up. Gets woken up by Bad Rep. That's just kind of unfortunate there, as Casual OPSEC's Bob and Casual OPSEC is just kind of popping off, able to clean up almost everything on that point, and Darius Fulton is going to get the final one, and that's going to be dominant for Project Proteus.
Why is Casual actually being Ash, though? They're doing a really good job. I like the switch onto the Orisa Hog, but I don't like the DPS they're playing with them. I like the McCree. McCree is good. He's going to help negate their DPS, but I don't know. I don't like that they switched off the Lucio, or they switched the wrong roles. Like, their tank went to support, you know what I mean? Their DPS went to tank. It's a weird combo.
Sometimes it's just a fact of like who people play down here, and it's just kind of unfortunate. But Darius Fulton is just gonna clean up. I don't think the blade was really needed here, as Darius Fulton's gonna kill off 2. There comes 2 more, but it's not really gonna matter. And there it goes to Project Proteus, taking away O.C.C tonight as our map 1. So, Widow, what happened here that Earthwind and Pharah just kind of fell apart on this point?
The swaps came in way too late. They were really letting this Ashe do what she wanted. This Ashe had them on fire the entire game. Ashe is such a funny character. You have to be really smart about how you play around her because those dynamites can be deadly. They really needed to get better shield break. They really needed to make Darius. They needed to punish him a lot. He played really forward and died a lot for his punishment, but then they literally let Chicken res him every single time he died. They needed to really stop that because at that point the enemy team does not have a main tank, and Casual can shoot all he wants. He's shooting into his shield that is on a cooldown. They really needed to use their cooldowns and their ults a lot better there. There was a lot of questionable support ults, and the swaps were just awkward, like a tank going to support, a support going to a DPS. It was a little wishy-washy. They need to kind of really make sure they have their roles all handled.
I definitely agree with that. It was kind of weird for me to see, Bad Rep going from that Lucio to the Hog. But, Bad Rep may be one of their tank players that just doesn't, or maybe a support player that's just really good on Hog, or maybe feels more comfortable in that role as, where the off tank of Earth, Wind, and Pharah just really doesn't play Hog. And, I kind of understand that. Like, there's characters in this game I can't play. I'd rather somebody else play them. But, having those roles locked is kind of important for the synergy of your team. Having an Orisa player that doesn't play with that Hog a lot or is used to that Hog on support, might not hear the right callouts at the right time, and it could just cause a lot of disconnect.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that they could have definitely kept that dive going. The dive would have been really strong there had they made sure they were diving on the right targets. If they dove on that Rhine together, they would get swung at, but if they disengaged quickly enough, the Rhine would be low and they would have a lot of ult charge. Monkey can do so much damage on this point just by playing on high ground and tasering the ground and touching everything on the ground. He literally charges up his primal in 2.5 seconds. They needed to stay on a dive. Ultimately, I did like the swap to the Orisa Hog, but it was a little too late and a little too slow. They need to get to point a lot faster. They should have run a BAP with it to negate the enemy ults. They, their comps were a little confusing. The Reaper was kind of useless. Didn't really have anything that was contributing to the game, unfortunately, but we shall see what they do on Hanamura, the May map. That makes everyone want to jump off a ledge.
Well, conveniently, there is a ledge around the back side of point A. Sometimes, you see the Hammond boops come out there. You see the Roadhog, Whole Hog come out, and, that cliff can be kind of scary sometimes if you don't position just right.
Oh yeah, that cliff has seen the death of many Pharahs who have moved people off. I'm wording this incorrectly. Has seen deaths by many Pharahs and many Lucios, and even I've gotten plenty of kills off that with Ashe, actually, stupidly enough. But I really like this attack comp coming from Earth, Wind, and Pharah. If they play this correctly, this is going to be a very difficult comp to play against. It is such a strong bunker. The Hanzo just does so much damage. And then Pichu with the Mercy is going to be able to just lay damage into them. As long as Casual can take out that Pharah, though, they'll be able to keep going. But Nova gets the res. Darius's poor shield is going to be so screwed. Oh no. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if they're able to hold them off or if this attack does well for them.
The only problem I see here is the aggressiveness of Darius Fulton, really going to come into play at breaking that bunker if they set up just barely incorrect. If they don't do it just right, then Darius is just going to have a heyday on it.
But she was smart enough to know that he should boop Darius out of the way. But again, with these giant dynamites from Darius, Casual rather.
Wolfpack already picking off the Pharah of Pichu, but the res not able to get off. We did hear it for just a second from Nova Vixen, but not able to quite make it, as that is going to force Earth, Wind, and Pharah back as you lose a DPS and a support.
That's exactly what Earth, Wind, and Pharah need to be doing last game. They need to be denying Mercy those reses. And now that's a big pick on a Casual, the main damage dealer of this team. And we'll see if they can use that to their advantage. Good, getting them right out of position was a huge play. Really smart from Pichu.
Darius Fulton in a little bit of trouble now with the shield pretty low and the Hanzo up behind him, but not able to get the pick just quite yet as Darius Fulton is looking extremely low. There comes the bubbles from Sniv, and it might be able to save the point here as Carefree Llama falls to Sniv's hand. But there comes the Dragon Strike coming out from the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah, but not able to clean anything up. Sniv really holding that front offensive position, looking pretty good as Pichu gets slept in purple, but not able to get finished up on as Wolfpack is just doing work in the back line, going to be able to TP out. Thank you, new Reaper teleport. Not new, I
really like the aggressive of Wolfpack and Wolfenberg both. Wolfenberg is getting up and right behind the enemy team on that ledge and just shooting down into them. I'm wishing he would get more picks from it. I did like the dragon to split. I wish Mercy would have used that dragon to res, but I am also like the swap onto the McCree. With that Wolfpack's ult coming up, it's gonna be really big.
Wasn't really sure about Wolfpack being on this Reaper, but now he's definitely shown it as he's gonna try to assassinate Pachu from above, and here he goes. Darius Fulton getting the double fire strike on to the team of Earth, Wind, and Pharah, and Darius Fulton and Wolfpack just walking through the shattered enemies.
I wish I wouldn't have seen that ult from Pachu. Unfortunately, it was so premature. I'm hoping maybe he'll switch off the Pharah, maybe go Junkrat and not really delete that Rhine shield.
And there it is. There's the Junkrat as soon as you said it. And that is going to be a lot more shield break now, but Wolfenberg switching off of that Hanzo onto the McCree. And I'm not really sure if I like that switch. I would have liked to see the Hanzo here.
I don't hate this. I think it's really, if he gets a good boop onto, not a boop, a good flashbang onto McCree's shield, it's gonna be huge, especially with MLP's ults.
New update, McCree now has a shield, but Wolfpack coming in with the grab Blossom as Darius Fulton ends up picking up 2. Now going to be 60% to that new ult.
Absolutely.
And that was such a clean ult combo.
It
Knew
was.
exactly
They
where
only
they
used
wanted
two
it,
ults and
how to do it.
Yep, exactly. They only used 2 ults. And that was really smart. I want to see some of these ults from Earth, Wind, and Pharah coming out. They're kind of hoarding them at this point. Even if they just use, you know, Hoggle to knock them back and make some space for themselves. When you're playing Risk on attack, you need to take space and make it yours. Without doing that, you're kind of screwed. Really big immortality field from coming in.
But the
from,
Bob coming out as well.
They literally just walk through and ignore the Bob. They win.
From Casual OpSec, and that is not going to happen as the Dynamite comes out and picks off the Baptiste and the Orisa, but the Res coming out onto Carefree Llama's Orisa as Pachu pops the tire and pops Joey. And Casual OpSec now looking a little bit desperate on point with the help of Chibi Kitty and Sniv here. Sniv looking to do some massive damage, but here comes Wolfpack to save the day, and is gonna be able to do just that.
Oh. Watching Nova do her goddamn best to swing around.
And Tracer almost gets there because Darius Fulton popped that just a little bit too early on that Earth Shatter. But Sniv said no.
Absolutely said no.
See, that's why I'm not a huge fan of the bunker on attack. I'm not crazy about it.
But you have to play aggressively with it. You really have to push with it. You can't just sit and choke and wait for a pick. You have to push. You have to use your shield to make the space and then push forward with your Roadhog. You have to really take advantage of those Holt hook combos. If you're not yoinking and oinking, you're losing the game.
See, Oink and Yoink, I know it's so strong, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. You know, that Rhine goes up, and it's like, well, now what do I do?
Also,
Can't
they were
that.
really ignoring Wolfpack. Wolfpack was literally just above them and behind the entire time, and he dropped them there every time. It's not like he, like, surprised them. He dropped them that same spot every single time, and they just allowed it. But I really like this May bunker coming out from the, Earth, Wind, and Pharah, but let's see again if they execute it. Let's see some Yoink and Oinks. I want them. I need them.
You know, with the Baptiste and Bastion, I'm not sure how much you really need the Oink and Yoink, but it always helps because Hog is just so strong, but that Orisa pull just really solidifies it.
No, hold the high ground. No! Oh.
I mean,
The
you
high
know,
ground's always better. You have better sidelines and you're more protected. When you're in front like this, they could just
it is,
your shield.
but with the May, that shield gets eaten up. You know, they're gonna push in, right? Split off half that team. That's a lot easier of a fight. You know, I see what they're thinking here. If the May can land the wall, and Wolfenberg is gonna look for it onto Wolfpack, but Wolfpack is actually might fall here, but not able to get the cleanup, and that's really unfortunate. And honestly, Project Proteus just needed to go as soon as that wall came down. Darius Fulton trying to look for something, but not gonna be able to pin anything, as Carefree Llama is gonna be able to take him out, and that's gonna be the point take from Project Proteus, as nobody from Earth, Wind, and Pharah was looking at the top of their screen. I don't know what to say about that. I really don't.
I'm so
There
sad
is hope.
because I saw Bad going for it. Bad was like, oh, cool, great. Look at that. There's someone on point. Let me go over there. And then just like, oh, no, someone else has got it. I think everyone was like, go to point, and everyone just assumed someone else is doing it. That's exactly what that looked like. Oh my gosh.
Wolfpack on a 16 kill streak with 16 elims, not falling at all in that first round, and Sniv coming out of that with 58% average energy. You know, looking pretty good on those two characters specifically.
Absolutely.
Darius Fulton and Sniv are really working well together tonight.
They both are playing pretty aggressively, and their healers are keeping up, and that's great. Darius is definitely falling here and there, but he's getting rezzed, and Orphan of Pharah is not stopping those rezzes, unfortunately. You stop those rezzes, and you pretty much have won the fight, but they're just letting them happen.
All right, and that is going to be the end of our map 2, and it's going to be Project Proteus on top 2-0 going into the halftime. And when we come back, we will see at least 2 more maps, unless Earthwind and Pharah can turn this one around and start on that reverse sweep. And I'm going to go ahead and send it here to halftime as long as you don't have anything else for us, Widow.
Nope, I'm just eager to see maybe some swaps and some smarter plays coming off of Orphan and Pharah, because they're a very capable team. I just want to see them playing as such.
I definitely agree, you know. Seeing so far, they could definitely pull this around, but we'll talk more about that when we get back from this halftime.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call
Hello, everyone, and welcome back from our halftime. There you saw a little bit of the coaches, putting in that work in the montage there that Elfie made for us, and had a little bit of problem this morning with the spelling on that title screen, but luckily we got that fixed and figured out, just right before the scrim. So lucky there, as we did get that figured out. But it is 2-0 right now for the side of Project Proteus against Earth, Wind, and Pharah for our gold division, and we're going to be heading into Blizzard World here in just a moment.
It's one of my favorite maps.
Widow, tell me exactly what you love about this map.
I love the... Blizzard World has so many fun high ground spots. There's so many good flank spots. It's such an easy map to stagger people on. There's so many heroes that are viable on this map. I just love Blizzard World. And also it's an amusement park. I do not love amusement parks. Get out of my face.
See, it's
Also,
not the
there's
answer I was looking for.
there's shootable sky robots. I mean, come on.
It's not the answer I was looking for. Tell you what, that crow, those crows up on the roof going into third point. That's it. That's what makes the whole map.
I hate everything about you.
And that's totally fine. But
You
I'm
could
telling
have said you really. You could have been like, I love riding. No, you had to pick the crow.
yeah, it was my Discord picture for a little
ugly.
bit.
What do they do?
No, they're not. Don't even
They're
mean the
horrid.
best thing. Best thing.
It's like Sigma. They actually
And-
look like Sigma.
And best tank. Just letting.
Sigma is a great tank.
He's gonna be great. I'm really excited
yeah.
to see him come into play. Especially
yeah.
him and Zarya are really strong together. Him and Ball are really strong together. So in the higher ranks where we do see a little bit, higher ranks of this of O.C.C. where we see more Ball play. I'm really excited to see some Ball and Sigma play.
I think Sigma's a really versatile tank, and I'm really excited to see how he fits throughout the meta. I think he kind of in a different way with each tank he combos with. I don't like him with Zarya too much, actually, but let's see what happens.
If your team knows how to play it, it can work really well.
Yes,
but that's
absolutely.
not the matter at hand right now.
True.
It is the Gold Division game against Project Proteus against Earth, Wind, and Pharah. And right now, Earth, Wind, and Pharah looking to sneak up through that rock there on the left side. Getting that Pharah just a little bit of poke damage as Pachu is trying to break up the pseudo bunker that they have there with Reinhardt on the corner. And Pachu is already going to get Wolfpack on that Hanzo, and that's going to be the key for Carefree Llama to start pushing in here. Darius Fulton swinging away on the face of the Orisa, but Darius Fulton is purple and 1 HP as he's going to fall to Carefree Llama as he tries to shield hop backwards, and Carefree is just rolling through the face of Project Proteus.
What a beautiful play here by Earth, Wind, and Pharah. They were really smart about letting the rest of the team go one way while the Pharah and the Mercy took the other, and really just started to make some space and called out the positioning of the enemy. Really smart plays there. And then the Ashe and the Pharah were taking opposite sides. They were DPSing beautifully together. One side you had the Ashe just lobbing damage into the enemy, and the other side you had a Pharah. There was nowhere to go but back. And Earth, Wind, and Pharah was just able to just move in and do what they wanted.
And that's exactly what they wanted from that. Put all the attention onto the far so the Orisa can close that distance, and they executed it almost perfectly. And Wolfenberg already getting a pick onto Wolfpack, who just switched to that Genji.
They are doing such a great job playing off each other. I love these aggressive angles that the enemy really can't handle without ignoring this Pharah. He's doing such a good job. Wolves himself on fire.
The combination of Pachu and Wolfenberg kind of just carrying this game right now.
Actually,
and the
really
Bob as
smart
well.
positions here.
Currently the 3 DPS
Help
on the field there for Earth, Wind, and Pharah. But I don't think the Bob was 100% necessary.
Bob was absolutely not necessary, but it did win, and they're not going to be able to push back in quite yet. They are still down Wolfpack, and Wolfpack is struggling to get ults here because he's not really able to do any damage into the Orisa shield. I really love to see Wolfpack switch off here to another hit scam, perhaps.
Not really sure what he would switch to, but it is going to be a big beat for the engage coming out from Joey as Darius Fulton gets slept here and Cheapy Kitty taking out Carefree Llama with that anti-nade. And that's going to be pretty big for them as Wolfpack is now taking out Pachu. And this is starting to look up just a little bit for the side of Project Proteus, but Bad Rep is going to walk around the back and take out Joey, and that's going to be the problem there as Darius Fulton now getting pushed back by the whole hog of Bad Rep, and there goes the entire shield of Darius Fulton as he finally gets taken out at the very end.
The
Now,
DPS on this team are doing such a phenomenal job right now. I am so proud. They're doing so good. These positions, these angles are great.
Earthwind and Pharah really just showing dominance here. You know, that DPS combo of the Ashe and Pharah. Pharah just making space, taking into distraction, and that's going to be a huge ultimate that's going to get two of the side of Project Proteus, and this is already a lost fight.
Just a really smart play by Pachu. Yes, Pachu died, but you just staggered the enemy team and made so much space for your team by doing that. I liked the switch onto the Widow, actually. Widow is actually a pretty good counter for Ashe if you can hit her shots. But I love this casual back onto the Ashe. They play so well.
Pachu onto that Junkrat, and I'm not sure I 100% agree with it, but I don't hate it either with the safe ultimate. And Wolfpack now just trying to farm up ultimate, and there it goes the pop, but he pops Blade just to kill Carefree Llama there.
Definitely an unnecessary use of the Blade. They used 2 ults there, and that's not too many, but the Grav had already done so much for the team that they didn't need the additional ult to combo with it. I still want to see Wolfpack switch off this. I think he'll be able to do better with a different DPS here. He's not be able to charge his ult quite as fast as he wants to.
Even if he goes back to that Hanzo, I think it would be a lot more beneficial, but Wolfpack is going to go around here for the flank, and there's the huge shatter that we've been looking for Darius Fulton, and now that's going to be Pachu and Carefree Llama that are going to fall, and Earthwind and Pharah is going to be forced to back up. Wolfpack trying to find that pick on a Wolfenberg, but isn't going to be able to do it as the Ashe is going to make it out, but Wolfpack just might not. It's going to be a problem as the Hog from Bad Rep ends up pulling in Wolfpack, and that's going to be a problem for the side of Project Proteus now. Carefree Llama just ends up taking all the space that he wants, and Bad Rep has that whole hog once again. Darius Fulton's going to fall, and there goes the Bob from behind, as Bad Rep is still pulling away that whole hog, and they're just taking all of this space for free, as Project Proteus now just kind of has to back up.
Absolutely smart plays again. Bob wasn't necessary, but it did won the team fight. That is a big sleep coming in from MLP there onto the Bob. Able to get that shield going. Keep your Orisa alive!
Chibi Kitty now on that Moira, trying to do a little bit more damage along with the massive heals that Moira provides. And Darius Fulton is going to be able to take out Nova Vixen, so that's going to be no reses on the side of Earthwind as Pharah as everybody starts to fall.
I want to see Wolfenberg hitting some of these dynamites a little bit more. He's just kind of chucking them and hoping for the best. I want to see these dynamites setting people on fire. But doing a really good job otherwise, taking really good aggressive angles.
Ashe's dynamite, you know, can be kind of tricky sometimes. Sometimes you gotta kind of just let it explode. You know, you want to throw it behind them, force them to retreat back, and then hit them with the dynamite and rush them down.
That's a good dynamite.
But there's the tire here that's gonna come out onto Casual Obstac, trying to catch Chibi Kitty as well, but not quite able to do it. As Darius Fulton charges out the Bob and may have just put him into a worse position for themselves.
He absolutely
and the Bob
did.
just trying to look for some damage.
So much space with that Bob charge.
Carefree Llama is trying to do something, but getting shattered as Darius Fulton. Here comes out beat from the side of Project Proteus here, but now just looking for something on the Carefree Llama, but Carefree Llama ends up getting mana and taking out Darius Fulton. Carefree is fully free to push ahead onto this as the Shatter is getting extremely close to being built, and there's nothing really to block it. There comes the Slam, there comes the Blade, and opposite teams just pop huge game-turning ults, but now it's kind of a 3v3 on point, but here comes Darius Fulton to try to save something and not able to get that 4v4 up as the res does get denied. But ooh, wait, Wolfenberg over here in the corner that I did not see under that, but Darius Fulton coming out extremely aggressive onto Bad Rep. Zarya is gonna force the team of Earthwind Pharah back.
The Earthwind Pharah has a lot of great ults coming up. They have Mercy Valk, they have Bob, they have Grav coming up, they have Tyre, they have gigantic ults. If they just get one good ult in, they win the fight. They're so close. We also have a Bob coming in from a Casual Chibi with her ult, but we'll see what both teams do with it.
Chu looking for another tire, but not able to connect the rip. And Carefree Llama getting put extremely out of position here and is going to fall extremely early. Bob is really good position here to do something, but Darius Fulton is going to take it all to the face with a shield. and now baiting that fire away so he can't get damaged as well as the Graviton Surge comes out, maybe just a little bit too late. And now that huge pin looking from Darius Fulton taking out MLP, as it's gonna not be able to do anything, as Projekt Proteus is gonna be able to hold it here.
Much better play here. Much better play from Earthwind and Pharah. They're doing a significantly better job. Just being really smart about, you know, what and when they're doing things. You know, taking those positions so the DPS are really sandwiching the enemy. I really wish Pichu would have stayed on the Mercy. I think, yes, you know, obviously the enemy had that hit scan, but that Genji was completely useless into that Pharah. Genji was literally unable to charge more than 30% of ult charge, almost to second point, you know? And at that point, when you completely delegitimize the DPS on the M&A team, you're winning every fight because of that. The Junkrat was big, but also keeping Zarya bajillion charge the whole time. I love Junkrat's Zarya. I just go nom 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 nom, 100 charge, nom 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 nom.
That's kind of what you got to do. You know, you're taking damage to build up basically your own ult charge because you are getting more damage the more charge you have. So building your own ult charge off of that Junkrat, kind of just lobbing bombs. If you're going to play that Junkrat into that Zarya, you have to play it extremely smart. And I definitely think that the Pharah was the better play there. And I think we could have seen a full capture here from the side of Earthwind and Pharah if they would have stayed on it.
Absolutely, I agree. Also, Pichu was doing a really good job of booping Darius further out of position. He tends to play a little too aggressively sometimes, and Pichu was absolutely punishing him for that and pushing him forward and everything. I do like the team comp on the side, actually on both sides. I'm not too sure about the Reaper, but if Wolfpack plays as aggressively and flanks as much as he did on Hanamura, this is going to be a big play.
I don't love the Baptiste coming out from MLP here, but the Immortality field is so strong that it can definitely win you a fight on. You know, you see it more traditionally with the bunker comps, but if MLP is able to pull this off, then this could be huge. You know, getting that big 200 damage Fire Strike from Carefree Llama could just build an ult almost instantly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Darius Fulton is going to go for the same approach that Earthwind and Pharah did, but instead with the Rein Zarya instead of the Orisa Hog here. Is Sniv trying to get a little bit of charge here off of the bubbles, and Darius Fulton is going to go wild in the front line, but the Immortality field is going to fall rather quickly after it goes down, and Carefree Llama getting purpled pretty early into that. And Darius Fulton just kind of swinging in a circle there, not really 100% sure what to hit, but is going to stop the Bob from getting on point, and that's going to be one of the biggest things that he could do. But Bob actually is on that point, and that's kind of scary to see. But now Darius Fulton able to push out again now that Bob is gone, and somebody's got to cap that point. It's going to be Casual OffSec, but unfortunately Carefree Llama is right there to say, no you don't. But Darius Fulton coming back for it, and the Nano comes out, but it doesn't seem 100% necessary here unless they can get the stagger onto Carefree Llama. And it doesn't look like quite yet that it's going to happen, and it's not. Projekt Proteus taking this first point pretty dominantly, 5 minutes on the clock to get all the way through this map. I don't remember if they get more time on second or not.
I'm not sure either, actually, but I'm actually kind of sad that Earthwind and Pharah didn't try and re-engage that. They were, you know, they were down their Lucio and their Reinhardt. They probably could have won that fight if they engaged it slowly enough, but MLP definitely needs to work on that Immortality usage. The Immortality can be really gigantic, especially when your Rein is antied. You know, you're giving your healers time to get him healed up while that anti-weight, like, the anti wears off.
Pichu is going to win that fight for them pretty dominantly there with the Rocket Barrage, you know, taking out 2. And along with the Shatter coming out from Carefree Llama, it seems like a little bit of overcommitment with the Earth Shatter because the Barrage had already done so much.
I agree.
But Casual OffSec. Oh, there comes the Shatter from Darius Fulton as Carefree Llama falls as well as MLP and bad rep here in the back line. But Carefree Llama is going to end up pinning out Wolfpack, but Casual OffSec is just popping off here, but that cart is not moving at all.
C9 number 2 of the night, what?
You know, it's really unfortunate when you win a fight that dominantly, but you're not able to move that cart the whole way. Like
you haven't taken any space.
And that seems, to me, like Joey's job just a little bit to be like, oh, hey, the cart's not moving. I have speed boost. I can get back there.
Absolutely.
Darius Fulton looking to get the push up, and Darius Fulton not as close to ultimate as Carefree Llama is, but there comes the Graviton Surge from Earth, Wind, and Pharah, as Darius Fulton just kind of trying to live right now. There goes the Shatter, and the Shatter may have just been a little too much.
Both of these Ryans are charging at both of these Ryans are charging Shatters so quickly that they're almost using it every single team fight. That it's definitely overkill. They're both overkilling it with these Shatters. I mean, Darius is getting huge Shatters onto the team, but Carefree just seems to be using it almost on cooldown, which can be great, but it's also not the best. But
it seems
still
more to
really
me
strong here.
that Carefree is using it more when the Rhine dies. And 9 times out of 10, when the Rhine dies, then fight's probably over. But Pachu is going to get Darius Fulton here. And Joey taking out Pachu with the Lucio, which is kind of something you don't see a whole lot. But, you know, stationary in that barrage is a little bit different. And Sniv is just kind of backing out, trying to soak up all that damage and get out with the charge that he has, but does get purpled and taken out by Wolfenberg, and that's going to be a problem for Sniv going into this next fight. Here comes the Nano Boost on a Carefree Llama, and I'm not really sure what it's for.
I don't know. Nano Boost is such a strong ability, and if Nano goes on to Darius' next fight, this is going to be a 1.2 for Project Proteus. I think me and MLP are gonna have a talk.
With that being said, we do have 5 ultimates coming up from the side of Project Proteus, and there comes the Die with the Graviton Surge, and that's gonna be all the combo that they need, as it's now looking like a win fight for Project Proteus. But the DPS of Earth, Wind, and Pharah trying to hold on here as the Bob comes out, and there goes the Rocket Barrage, and that might be able to win it here.
They cannot touch point. This Bob is saying, absolutely not. Touch me, I dare you. Come here, I dare you.
Wolfpack trying to get back onto that point, but isn't going to be able to do it, as the whole team of Earth, Wind, and Pharah is here now, and the DPS of Earth, Wind, and Pharah just absolutely saving that.
Really smart escape by Wolfpack there as well.
60 seconds remaining.
Going to be 1 minute left here for the side of Project Proteus. And, you know, pushing in with 3 ultimates, you know, you got to wonder if Joey's going to engage with that beat again. Not having either DPS ult here on the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah. The Bob comes out from the side of Project Proteus, and Darius Fulton being purple, but having that beat isn't really going to matter all that much, as he's just going to kind of push forward. Joey and Sniv both getting 1. Bad Rep is going to be the only one on cart here for the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah, but should be falling relatively soon. And Bachu already has that ultimate yet again, but Sniv taking him out extremely quickly, and that is going to be a 0.2 cap. Not quite yet at 0.01 meters. The Carefree Llama coming in, and the Shatter comes out onto Nova Vixen, which I'm not sure if was needed, but hey, get it secured anyway. Well,
both teams are playing really well here, I think. The DPS on both sides are taking really aggressive positionings, and no, Pachu, go back on the ferry, you're doing so much! But, you know, really good, the supports are both getting, MLP's getting really good sleeps onto the enemy. They're both constantly on fire with these 2 Ashes playing really well. If Earth, Wind, and Pharah uses their ults well here, I see this being their first win of the night. Big Shatter.
Darius Fulton barely lets up his shield, and that's going to be a huge Shatter and pin coming out from Carefree Llama, and the whole team of Project Proteus just needs to get out of there right now. Wolfpack is going to try, but may get staggered as he just goes into the corner. He doesn't even try to get out completely. Was trying to TP, but wasn't able to get it off.
I like Pachu on this Reaper a lot better than on the Tracers. He's able to do a lot more, I think.
Darius Fulton coming in, 30 seconds left. Right there as we hear from Athena, and there comes the Graviton Surge. We have Beat and Coalescence coming out, and that may allow Darius Fulton to get just a little bit more aggressive than he thought he could, but Carefree Llama is going to take out his tank buddy there, as Sniv is going to fall to the charge, and the Shatter is going to be huge, as Wolfpack is looking for something, but only picks up the MLP, but that could be just the pick that they need, as Wolfpack and Casual OpSec are just going to pop off here. Now Darius Fulton is just going to start running at these spawn doors, hopefully, but he's kind of just chilling where they need to go. Here, he really needs to hold just a little bit more aggressive.
He does. The
Double bobs, and there it goes.
Again.
The bob coming out from Project Proteus honestly kind of just saved them that point.
Absolutely, yeah. That bob had, if that bob had not hit
Play of the game.
the other, that would have been contesting and won there for him.
And there you have it. It is going to be 3-0 to the side of Project Proteus, but don't go anywhere just yet. We do have one more map for you. You know, we got to play out this fourth map for stats' sake. But that will be Project Proteus, you know, taking away the win for the night. So, Widow, what are you looking to see on this last map for Earth, Wind, and Pharah to really just, you know, to actually secure something on this match?
Honestly, if their supports use their ultimates a little better, they'll play much better. You know, there was a lot of questionable ult usage coming in from Urban and Pharah. Support-wise, the rest of them were really good. You know, Pachu was doing a good job coming in with like the funny angles with the bob. Pachu was doing a good job. You know, those two DPS literally held that point when it was pretty much a 4-man versus 2. But you know, wasting things like Nano and Trance just can be so detrimental to the team. So it's definitely something that can be worked on, you know, and as long as you teach a support when ult is best used, you know, when to use your cooldowns, stuff like that, it could really be a game changer, you know, using immortality quickly, like intelligently, like when your main take is anti, can really keep him alive just long enough for that anti to wear off, or the Zarya to get a bubble back, you know, different things. So right now I'm just seeing a little bit of a lapse in the play on the side of the supports in Earthwind and Pharah, but fixable. Nothing too crazy. They're still both really tough games they're playing. They're playing really well, both teams. But I think that's what will be the game changer here.
And that immortality field being such a strong ultimate really forces people to, you know, kind of switch their target focus, because if you're just standing in there, you know, low health for free, then there's no point in them shooting you. Like, they're not getting ult charge. They're doing literally nothing until they destroy that immortality field. So you really have to switch your focus, and just that little bit of time can really give you the opportunity to save your tank.
Absolutely.
All right, Rialto is going to be our final match of the night here for the Gold Division. Start thinking about who you have in mind for your player of the match. I think I've already got mine narrowed down here pretty solidly, but it's not over quite yet as we go to Rialto for our escort map of the night. Widow, tell me a little bit about this.
Rialto is one of the newer escort maps in the game. It is in Italy. No, I'm kidding. Rialto is a really great map for bunker and pirate ship. You can really just get on that payload right then and there, set up, and just dozer through an improperly placed enemy team. But you could also set up a really strong bunker, use all these different little pillars and corners to help yourself, you know, hide an immortality right behind a pillar and the enemy now can't kill it, and you're free shooting at them without worrying about dying for whatever, how long it lasts. You know, there's a lot of great plays here, a lot of good flank spots. It's a really great map, and of course we're going to see Ryan Zarya, though, because no one likes Orisa. But,
I mean, I don't like Orisa. I'm not a fan.
Orisa's so meta, though.
She's so good.
Strong.
She is
so
really
good.
strong, but she's so boring to play sometimes.
Oh, no, I love playing Orisa. That yoink just gives me life. She's the only main tank I play, besides Sigma. I'm about to main Sigma. JK. But, like...
I feel like he's such a hyper tank, but here we are on Sigma again. When
When
we've got something else at hand here. Darius Fulton looking to stop this attack from Earth, Wind, and Pharah as Carefree Llama takes that fire strike to the face. How do you feel about these comps here? Do you like Pachu back on this Pharah? Because I definitely do.
I love Pachu on this Pharah. Pachu is such a great Pharah. He gives his team name absolute justice. And Nova's doing a really good job of staying connected and letting Pachu play aggressively and take those angles and just lay damage into the enemy. And he's really good at focusing his targets. You see Casual and he's going for him.
With a name like Earth, Wind, and Pharah, how can you not have Pachu on the Pharah? But the bubble eats the charge from Darius Fulton on Carefree Llama, as Carefree Llama's looking about half HP now, as Wolfpack is just trying to finish something off. I'm not sure what happened with Wolf there, but he kind of just stood still for a second. I don't think he got stunned, because don't think there's any stuns on the team except for Ana Sleep. But that was a little awkward. But the team of Earth, Wind, and Pharah does just kind of roll through as Sniv is gonna get pinned extremely far away, max range there, and this is not looking too good right now for the side of Project Proteus. But coming back in is Darius Fulton, who's purple and already deleted from that cart as Wolfpack is just trying to stall this out for a little bit of time, but is going to be taken down by the Grandma MLP trio in that Cabana outfit.
I'm still going to want to see Pack, although his Genji is so good and he does such a good job at I would really rather him see swap off Genji here, because this Pharah is just so strong, just doing whatever she wants because she's only being attested by one DPS. And the other DPS is just eating away. But now we have this Widow coming out. Let's see if Widow can do anything.
Wolfpack, you know, just trying to do something here, but he's not the main tank that he is acting like. And he almost gets picked off again right there, just surviving with probably about 15 HP. And just not able to do a whole lot of anything right now. But Darius Fulton blocks the shatter for himself, but I think it was the bubble from Sniv that actually did it, as Darius Fulton blocks the charge, and Pachu is just running this map right now.
I'd really love to see Genji taking more flank positioning here. They have an Ana that is so easy to pick off, and once you pick off that Ana, it is literally nothing for that Rhine to help him out. I wish I was seeing that more.
I don't think this Genji is getting value, and I hate to say it because I love Wolfpack's Genji, but he's just now getting Blade at the end of second. Like, that tells me that you're not getting value on the Genji. I think he's playing just a little bit too aggressive for the aggressiveness of the team that kind of isn't coming out right now.
He needs to be playing where the Pharah isn't. If he's going to play Genji into a Pharah, he needs to be behind them. He needs to be picking at the back of the enemy Rhine. He needs to be shooting at this Zarya. He needs to be screwing this Ana over. Once you delete the Ana, it's just solo Mercy heals, and that Pharah is kind of useless without her Mercy. So they need to be playing that a little smarter, but he's not. But I guess they're just saving him for the ult combo.
And I thought he was going to get it there, but he may not have got the nano, and does just get deleted, unfortunately, by Carefree Llama. And here comes the Grav Dragon from the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah. And see, that's going to be play of the game, and, you know, I always say Grav Dragons don't count.
I don't know.
I don't think they count.
Killed stuff after that.
I don't know. If you kill a couple things after, you know, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. And there he goes, taking out Wolfpack there on that Genji, and Pachu popping that ultimate again. Pachu just farming up these ultimates so quickly.
Pachu is just walking all over this team. I love this Wolfpack onto the McCree. Yes, this Pharah's now gonna have an issue. This Pharah is now gonna have to play really passively, and this aggressive Pharah play is what is allowing them to play so well.
I would really like to see what MLP's objective time is, because he almost hasn't stepped foot off his cart since it started rolling. Until now. And there goes the nano onto Darius Fulton, and this is going to let them get almost as aggressive as they want, but the purple comes out just in time to stop that all aggression and keep Carefree Llama alive, but the Discord now onto Carefree Llama, but no picks are able to come out other than the one that Casual got there on Pachu. Darius Fulton falls, and this might just be what they need to capitalize here, get the quick regroup and push for the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah.
I wish they started pushing as soon as that Rhine died. They were only down one. Yes, they could have still pushed this very easily.
You know, losing that Pharah may not have been as big of a deal if you don't have to deal with that Rhine shield, so the Hanzo just kind of shoots for free, but Pachu is going to get Wolfpack on that McCree as Carefree Llama tries to go for the sneaky shatter, but it doesn't matter because Darius Fulton gets taken out by a combo of that Dragon and MLP there on the Ana, and this is not looking good for Project Proteus at all.
Oh, no, Anna's just going on an excursion underground.
Wolfenberg getting another there, and one more, taking out the Zenyatta and the McCree, and here comes Sniv on that Wrecking Ball, taking out Pachu in the middle of Justice, but Justice does end up taking out Darius Fulton, and this is pretty much going to be the point cap here for the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah as the staggers start to come in. Here comes a Transcendence just to try to live a little bit longer and get somebody to this point, but nobody's going to get there except for maybe Sniv and Darius, as Chibi Kitty now coming in with those heals, trying to stay alive, burn down as much time as possible. Darius Fulton just swinging away on this point. Sniv trying to spin to win, but it doesn't have enough room here in this small little corridor. Nobody on point except for Wolfpack and Sniv now, as Carefree Llama trying to roll back in, trying to do something, but the dragon coming out. The point is not able to touch just quite yet. Sniv still rolling around, finally found a spot that he can roll, and Darius Fulton comes back in, but charges past the point, and that could be it, but it's not, as Casual OpSec now comes back out onto that Doomfist, and there it's gonna be round 1 for the side of Earthwind and Pharah.
I wanted to see a Mei so bad, or a Brigitte, or a Baptiste. They needed stall there, and they just refused. But
The Doom came out, the ball came out,
yeah, the Doom and the ball.
but
I wanted that Mei so bad.
unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Unfortunate. But that will be round 1, going to the side of Earthwind and Pharah with 1:33 left. And now pressure's really on Projekt Proteus here to push all the way to the end, because if they don't, then that is going to be the end of our show for the night. And, you know, they're going to walk out of here 3-1 still, but, you know, you really want that 4-0 going up on your stats.
Absolutely. MLP was playing a lot better on this map as well. One of the things I've learned about playing support is, yes, don't DPS when your team is dying, but if you shoot that last shot into something that'll kill your whole team, you've won. You know, so he was doing a really good job of getting those finishing blows. Yes, sometimes you have to support with bullets. That is absolutely correct.
That's where Battle Mercy comes into play. Except sometimes they take it a little bit too far. And, you know, just kill the whole team. But if the whole team's dead, then your team can't die, right? All right. Wolfenberg coming out onto that Bastion with the Orisa Hog here from the side of Earthwind and Pharah. And this defense looks like something that I saw from Frost this past weekend. And Widowfaker is out of the game, so I will be solo here for just a few minutes with Wolfenberg sitting on this Bastion and trying to, you know, burn down that Orisa shield. Is the side of Projekt Proteus, but Darius Fulton kind of just crouched behind that payload, moving it for free. Pachu now coming down to contest, and there goes Carefree Llama and MLP now getting picks, and Wolfenberg just sitting up there for free. Not really much to contest him right now.
They're having a tough time really getting in there, you know? They just can't really figure out where they're going to be or how they're really going to get up to that high ground.
You know, so the way that we beat this is we went all the way around on the right side bridge and came up behind. You know, we got a little lucky because our DPS didn't really get focused. Our Ana hit a huge anti-nade. Our tanks kind of fed, you know, no big deal. But, you know, it did end up working, so I'd like to maybe see them try that. But Sniv is going to go for the slam here, and it's not going to work because he just gets denied by bad rep on that hog on the opposite high ground, being able to pull off whatever he wants to. And Wolfpack's going to get pulled off of there too. Bad rep is in such a good spot, but Darius Fulton is going to get the Orisa all the way to his own spawn, and Carefree Llama may just make it out of here alive, but not quite, as he did get anti-nated there. And Pachu is going to just start cleaning everything up as the res does come out on Carefree Llama.
That was a really good pick. I mean, it was questionable at first, but now they don't have their main tank up there. That could be an issue.
Yeah, and that's going to be the thing that they need here with Wolfpack popping that blade, trying to get something done here, but not able to do a whole lot. Does end up getting the Baptiste, which is going to be huge just because the Immortality field is no longer a problem. Bob coming out here just to finish up the fight, now taking out Carefree Llama right after Pachu takes out Sniv on that Wrecking Ball. But Darius Fulton looking for this hog pick now.
I'm really, really impressed with Casual OpSec. He is just really making up where Wolfpack ends up dropping the ball sometimes. I mean, and honestly, just having that ultimate come out is enough to make a team scattered. As long as your supplementary DPS can help, I mean, it's good teamwork right there.
And with Casual doing so much work, that gives Wolfpack really the opportunity to do whatever he wants in that backline. But Pachu taking out Darius Fulton extremely early in this fight could spell some trouble for Projekt Proteus, as the amplification matrix does come out from MLP. and the bomb as well, just to counter a little bit. The bomb doesn't end up catching its Sniv, but the whole hog does, as it gets Wolfpack as well. Sniv taking out Mercy there, which could be a problem, as Darius Fulton is now looking to just press W into the face of the rest of Earthwind and Pharah. Not really a whole lot of progress here. It does look like he's gonna have to back out.
Yeah, he has no supports with him.
But Casual OpSec's going to be able to pick off Carefree Llama, and this could be their cue to re-engage here. But they're not going to do it.
Is this Ash gonna backcap?
Oh, there you are.
Hello. Yes, my internet shut off. I'm back! Did you miss me?
We can call it that. And Sniv looking for that rollout, you know, trying to get them off the cart here. The Bob coming out as well from Casual OpSec, and there goes the Dragons, but just a little bit too late as the point does get capped here. Point 1 goes to Projekt Proteus, and now you're just kind of wasting a whole bunch of ults for no reason, as Carefree Llama and Wolfenberg do get picks, but I don't think that this is a fight that you want to pick. They have spawn advantage. At this point, you're just kind of using ultimates. If you're going to take this fight, you got to use them without ults.
Absolutely. This is not the sort of place you want to be pushing the enemy. Their spawn is literally... They could sit and spawn and shoot you and not take damage. You know, it's kind of really questionable. Wolfenberg doing a really great job of this Hanzo dinking the heck out of Casual.
He's been doing that all game, except for not specifically Casual. Kind of just the entire enemy team.
Yeah, that's what to say.
But Pachu kind of trying to... Looks like Pachu is spy checking, but there's nothing to spy check right now. So I'm not really 100% sure what Pachu is doing up there. But Projekt Proteus is going to start looking, and Pachu might just be looking for this Diva Bomb to drop right on the head of Darius Fulton. And there comes the slam. Pachu might try to drop it, but doesn't. And honestly, it's a good call. Yeah. But there comes the Transcendence out from Chibi Kitty to just try to get a little bit more aggressive. Bob pushing up Carefree Llama right after the Hammond Slam comes down. Now Bob just burning down that shield, and this Bob's going to run crazy. Casual OpSec getting 2 with the Bob, but Carefree Llama not looking to give up this bridge just yet as the bomb comes out now from Pachu. Not quite breaking Darius Fulton's shield, getting it down to about half HP. And now the hog, the slam comes out from Darius Fulton. But getting pulled off is Wolfpack by Pachu. And this is honestly a really strong bridge hold. I don't think I've seen a team hold a bridge for quite some time.
They're using their cooldowns really smart. I really loved this when Snip boops the enemy and let that Bob run all the way to their back line. It was a really smart, good play there.
Definitely the right play, and I really enjoyed it. You know, getting that knock up with the Bob. I kind of forget sometimes that Bob stops on the first target hit when he knocks him up. And getting him to run under the entire enemy team was huge, and Sniv taking out Pachu. There was just the slam. The mine's not in the best spot, but the slam is what got it done. As bad reps, maybe in just a bit of trouble as Darius Fulton does get the pick.
I really want to see Pachu using the Defense Matrix to really aid the team a little bit more. Eating those nades, eating those antis, eating the dynamite, you know? These are big abilities that are really kind of screwing his team, and if he plays these well, it would be huge.
Oh, and Carefree Llama gets deleted. The Immortality field does not come out in time, and then Sniv is ready to go crazy again on the team of Earth, Wind, and Pharah. But there comes the Dragon Strike again from Wolfenberg. I feel like they're just a little mistimed here from the side of Earth, Wind, and Pharah, but there goes the bomb. The bomb may not catch anyone here as the cart is on that slope, so it won't be able to go under. But Darius Fulton is not letting up this front line, even with such little shield, and there comes a huge slam. He's going to have to just kind of walk through this, and there go the mines. The mines are going to be absolutely massive from Sniv, as he's going to take out Carefree Llama when he tried to retreat.
So many ults, though. So many ults. Was that
so
1,
many
2,
ultimates.
3, 4 ults in that fight? 5? 5 ults? 5 ults.
But they do have the Death Blossom here, which could be devastating if it popped just right. And here it is, but not able to do it as the stun comes out from Nova Vixen, and it might be the thing that wins them this fight and maybe the whole game. Carefree Llama trying to create the space that he needs to, but Wolfenberg, Nova Vixen, and Bad Rep all getting picks of their own as Sniv finally falls to Nova there. The brig play for sure is what just saved them that.
Absolutely, it was a really smart pick there, really smart to swap onto, knowing that they would have that ult and knowing that they really charge anything else. Getting that stun really just won their team, possibly this game.
Casual OpSec almost getting that Bob now, but Carefree Llama has that Shatter, and if they're not able to get to this point, Carefree's just going to shatter him off of it. And there goes Chibi Kitty. The Shatter gets blocked by Darius Fulton, and Chicken Nugget now the only one on that point touching right now. Wolfpack is trying to go for that back cap of the C9, if you will, but Sniv is not going to let that happen just quite yet, because Sniv is there as well to drop those mines, but Carefree is just going to walk through with that shield up, deleting them all, and Carefree trying to get something done here as Wolfenberg gets Wolfpack. Nova Vixen taking out Casual OpSec, and this might just be it. The Earthwind and Pharah cleaning up the Saggers now as they are going to finish this up and take our map 4.
Much better play there from Earthwind and Pharah. I'd almost wish I'd seen Chibi escorting her team into the point rather than trying to get in there to contest. They had time to go in there as a team, but instead she died early in the fight and denied her team a lot of healing and speed. That would have been huge there. But really, really good plays from Earthwind and Pharah. They were just playing so much smarter. It's Season 8 play of the game!
I told you. What did I tell you? I told you it was going to be the dragon.
Stuff. Huge plays!
All right, 2K coming out as our play of the game there. The Grab Dragon doesn't count. But that is going to wrap it up here for our matches tonight. And Project Proteus coming out 3-1, taking it away. You know, they did have Darius Fulton filling on that main tank role, but, you know, just the whole team altogether played extremely well tonight. Earthwind and Pharah looked good. You know, there was still some mistakes here and there. If there wasn't, then they would have won this map, right?
Yeah, I
They
agree.
would have won the
Honestly,
game.
I think Earthwind and Pharah, had the support ults and support cooldowns been managed a little better, probably could have taken this whole series. There were a lot of ults that could have been used to really like win a fight and turn the tides, and they just weren't there, unfortunately. But that's again things that could be worked on and taught and handled. And Earthwind and Pharah has 2 amazing DPS on their team. They have really good players, tanks, really good supports. They just need to work on cooldowns, stuff like that, but they did so well otherwise, and I'm really, really pleased with how they were playing.
You know, and that's why these teams have coaches. That's why these teams, you know, have people that kind of help them out. Even if they're not coaches, you know, they kind of go to their friends and be like, hey, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? And that's what I love about the server. But
Absolutely.
we'll mumble about that in just a minute. I do want to hear everyone's player of the match. Will, I'm going to start with you.
I'm between Casual and Pachu. They were both playing DPS so amazingly tonight. Pachu was just playing such an intelligent Pharah, just like getting in there, making so much space, but then playing really passively when contested. Literally had barrage every like 30 seconds, just doing so much and really making Project Proteus question the way they were playing. And that's such a huge impact. But then Casual doing the same thing. Casual just playing like a god tonight, just doing me a proud on that Ashe. Just doing so much damage and getting such huge picks. Chibi, you're also a beautiful person and I love you so much. Chibi for the most beautiful person in the whole lobby. 2K19. But sorry, I'm reading chat. But yeah, between Pachu and Casual, I couldn't pick between them. I think they both did their teams so much like justice tonight. Yeah, I can't pick between the two of them, honestly. They both did so well.
All right. Well, that makes my job just a little bit harder then, because that means that I do have to choose between one. You know, I was going to pick the one that you didn't, but I'm going to have to give it to Casual OpSec tonight. He played that Ashe just so wonderfully. You know, the dynamites were huge. Farming up Bob just extremely quickly. Wolfenberg as well on that Ashe tonight was just really dominant. You know, popping heads, popping dynamites. But I think what really sold it for me was when Casual OpSec threw that Bob and stopped Wolfenberg's Bob from touching on Blizzard.
That was a huge play.
I don't know if it
hand
was
to you
intentional, but it made me very happy. And tell you what, that really secured it for me tonight for Casual OpSec being my player of the match. Latrex, you around? You want to put your input in on it?
Yeah, Yeah, this one I'm actually going to give Chibi Kitty. Primarily because a few weeks ago, you know, she was just telling me that I'm learning, I'm learning. I'm like, all right, cool, dope. And, you know, just a few sessions, you know, I sat with her once or twice. And I think I definitely know she's been practicing, and she was playing really, really, really well. And a good chunk of it isn't only, you know, being able to shoot people for healing, because that's obviously the given, but knowing how to properly pop your cooldowns. Sure, there were a few errors, but in terms of, like, most progress, she got it from me.
All right. So we do have 2 DPS and a support walking out of here with player of the match tonight. And that's going to be about it for our show. Do either of you guys have anything before I start signing off here?
As always, buy my book. Thank you.
All right. You heard Widow. Buy her book. You know, looking at all you in the chat. I don't know if it's actually on sale, but hey, you could always hit her up and find out.
My book is called Do It for the Kado. It's an ode to my love, Chibi Kitty.
All right, not buying the book? Good to know. All right, guys. Well, this has been O.C.C. Scrims, our Gold Division tonight. Project Proteus versus Earth, Wind, and Pharah. Project Proteus walking out of here 3-1. And that's going to be, I believe, their first win on the season, correct? Wow. Yep, so that's their first win on the season here. Their first, I believe, scrim of the season. Well, yeah, so it would be their first scrim of the season. And, you know, as always, if you guys want to, if you're new around here, you do want to play with us, you do want to coach. You know, we were kind of talking about our coaches a few minutes ago. And we saw that amazing halftime presentation as